Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's go for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
guys, JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch-along. It is our first live watch-along of the season. 2023-2024 season, it starts now. Manchester City not played a game since winning the treble, since winning the Champions League back on June 10th, and here we are just over a month later with Manchester City now back in action and back with pre-season action. Over to Far East Asia, to Japan. We're taking on Yokohama F Marinos today in this pre-season game. So before we do crack on with today's live watch-along, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, please do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes once more is the aim. Already making good strides towards that. We're only 62 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. We could be ticking that live subscriber count over to 30,500 subscribers. Just today could happen, so subscribe if you haven't done so already. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description below and also on the yellow banner too if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description and on the yellow banner too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my TikTok link. That's in the description. Go and check that out. Go and follow me on there. That would be much appreciated. Do leave your thoughts as well in the live chat. Already got some people already tuning in. We've got cool emoji facing on the chat. Caden, MCFC, Chaim, MCFC OK, MCFRTV, Top and Special, Gabriel as well. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. Don't forget, leave your score predictions in the live chat. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking for today's game? Already seen a couple of score predictions in there. I love cool emojis going for an easy game, just 50 goals to nil. I don't think it's going to be 50 goals to nil. This is the same team that beat Celtic 6 goals to 4 last week. So they clearly have a little bit about them. So I don't think this is going to be a complete walk in the park. I'd be very surprised if Manchester City don't come away from this with a victory today. But it is a pre-season game. Anything can happen. And the main thing we're looking for today here is players to improve their match fitness, their match sharpness, and also an opportunity for players who don't normally get minutes here to impress, to showcase what they can do, including James McAtee. I'll speak more about him in just one moment. Caden going for a 6-0 victory. Kovacic double hat-trick. Love that, making his Manchester City debut today. Asking, where can you watch the game? I'm watching this game on City Plus. Is available in the UK, elsewhere. Streaming, I'm not too sure where it's been streamed elsewhere outside of the UK. If you're wanting to watch in the UK, it is on City Plus if you are wanting to watch this game, and that's how I'm watching this game as well. MCFR, I hope you're right. 30,500 subs today would be the dream, and we're not too far away. See if we can tick that live subscriber count over during today's live watch along. Kozatron, sorry, thank you very much for tuning in. Good morning to you. I hope you are well. JSGC's not fully woken up here. 10:53 a.m. on a Sunday, on a day off. And we're here working hard, grafting hard, getting a live watch along, and a good chance here to see Manchester City for the first time in the 2023-2024 season. Paul, thanks very much for tuning in, going for a 4-1 victory. A little bit more realistic than the other predictions that we've had so far. Going for a 4-1 victory today for Manchester City. So, going to go through the teams. The team news is out. The players are in the tunnel. Manchester City starting today, and this will change throughout the game. I imagine there'll be plenty of changes at half-time, so players will get a good 45 minutes under their belt. I don't think there's any limit on the amount of substitutes that we can make, so I wouldn't rule out a full 11 changes potentially at half-time. So we're starting today with Stefan Ortega-Moreno in goal. Kyle Walker starts and captains the side. Very interesting that with him apparently being set for a move to Bayern Munich. Could be the last time we see Kyle Walker in a Man City shirt. I hope it's not, but it could be. Also got John Stones, Nathan Ake and Manuel Akanji. I presume it's going to be a back three. Walker, Akanji, Ake. John Stones is going to go and sit next to Kalvin Phillips, who starts today in defensive midfield. Further ahead of them, you've got Mateo Kovacic and James McAtee. I presume it's going to be Cole Palmer on the right wing, Jack Grealish on the left wing, and Julian Alvarez going through the middle. So that's right, we do see Kalvin Phillips getting a start. Big game for him. Can he impress? James McAtee being given his opportunity. Can he impress? Cole Palmer not being loaned out yet by Manchester City. Can he impress? Is it the last time we see Kyle Walker? Mateo Kovacic making his debut. An important start here for Julian Alvarez. Can he hit the ground running? Remains to be seen. I hope he can. Brilliant player. He's having to play second fiddle to Erling Haaland. It can't be easy for him. What's going to happen? Who knows? Getting given his opportunity here. On the bench for Manchester City today, you've got Ederson, Carson, Dias, Cancelo. He's back. Haaland, Laporte, Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Sergio Gomez, Maximo Perrone, Foden, Oscar Bob and Rico Lewis. Hoping we'll be able to get some good minutes there for the likes of Oscar Bob, for Rico Lewis, for Maximo Perrone, for Sergio Gomez. To me, that is what pre-season is all about. Giving these players the opportunities. Players that you're and ahhing. Do you loan them? Do you give them the opportunity? Give them the opportunity. See what they can do. And just make sure you're getting enough minutes for the regular starting 11 that's going to be starting when it comes to the Community Shield, when it comes to the opening game of the Premier League season, making sure these players are in tip-top shape. So you've got to manage your squad now more than ever. Very important. That's how Manchester City starting today. And as I said, I'm expecting maybe even every single player on that bench to get at least some minutes today. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Just going to have a quick search around, see if I can find the team lineup for Yokohama, just to go through their team. I am absolutely not an expert on Yokohama and their team to be able to comment too much about who's starting, but to me, that is what pre-season is all about. It's all about making sure you're finding players out there who don't really get the recognition to showcase what they can do. And all these Yokohama F Marinos players right now, with the world watching, are getting scouted by everybody. So it's a chance for their players to be able to impress when sometimes they might not be getting that opportunity, particularly when you're not playing in a top European league. Most players get judged upon either word of mouth and scouts going to see them. Other players get judged upon their performances in the biggest competitions, and let's face it, that happens in Europe. So when you're playing a team that you don't really come across, and you're playing a team with the players that you don't really come across, it's a great opportunity with everybody watching for these players to showcase what they can do. And as I said, they seem like a nice attacking team. Beat Celtic last week 6-4. They know how to score goals, they know how to attack, so this might be a very open, very entertaining game. I'm looking forward to it. The match is sold out in record time. The match against Bayern in Japan has sold out. The match against Atletico, I think, in South Korea has also sold out in record time. Everybody wants to see Manchester City. Everybody wants to see the Premier League winners. They want to see the treble winners. They want to see the current Champions League winners in action. And I'm excited. This is a good pre-season for Manchester City, having 3 games instead of 2. So Manchester City played an extra game. Normally we treat the Community Shield as an extra pre-season game. So realistically, before we kick another ball competitively in the Premier League, we're getting 4 games under our belt. The players have had a full summer off, fully rested after the World Cup sandwiched in our season last season. We had tremendous success, and Man City's bid for success this season starts today. And I am excited, and JSGC cannot find Yokohama F Marinos' team. I may have to have a quick Google search to see if I can find it. So bear with me just one moment. No, I don't seem to be able to find it, which is unfortunate. I'm sure Man City on City Plus will put the team up, so I'll be able to go through it there. Anyway, there we go. That's what we're waiting for, and it's as I said, it's going to be very important now to see how Manchester City do perform in this match. It's important to see how fit these players are from for the start of pre-season, and it's important now to see just what opportunities these players are going to take. James McAtee, Cole Palmer, massive pre-season for them. What can they do? Looking forward to it. Tom, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Julia, thanks very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated as well. Good to see all the regulars coming back. So fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in so far. Yokohama F Marinos' team then. So it's Chimori in goal. They've got Matsubara, Hanskana, Eduardo, Nagata, Watanabe, Kida, Marcos Jr., Mizunma, Lopes, and Elba. There's a lot of Brazilian players in there. I presume they've got some kind of thing in place where a little bit like what the Ukraine used to have in their leagues, with allowing easier visas, easier access, easier registration for South American talents and Brazilian talents to go there to make a name for themselves in a league outside of South America or outside of Brazil. And the Ukraine was always used, that's how we picked up Fernandinho from Shakhtar Donetsk. It's always been used as a good gateway to the bigger European clubs by playing in Europe, and I presume this is a good way for these Brazilian players to work their way into the Asian football market as well. So we'll see. BKK, thanks for tuning in from Thailand. Love that. Where's everybody tuning in from? Let me know. Demon, thanks for tuning in. If you want to watch this game in the UK, then the game is being streamed live on City Plus, as we do have kickoff for this game between Manchester City and Yokohama F Marinos. And welcome everybody for tuning in, much appreciated. We're already nearly halfway to our 100 like goal, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. So it's Stefan Ortega-Moreno with the ball here for Manchester City. That's a beautiful ball sent long, and Jack Grealish just couldn't get on the end of that. And the keeper can pick that one up for Yokohama, and they can come away with that instead. Now, I think on City Plus, I think it's just been streamed live in the UK. I'm not sure about anywhere else. So, Ake sends it long, picked up by Yokohama. Here is Nathan Ake now picking the ball back up for Manchester City. Johnny Stones with the ball. Big opportunity here for Kalvin Phillips as well, getting a start. What can he do? Feel like it may be his make or break season, his second season with Manchester City, his second season with Pep Guardiola. You do feel like it is a make or break really for him. For off interest, he wants to stay. And at the moment, it is very much a case of it's near enough like for Man City. At the moment, we lost Ilkay Gundogan, our captain. He's gone to Barcelona on a 3. We signed Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea, but everything else is very much the same. But we do have uncertainty surrounding the future of the likes of Kyle Walker, interest from Bayern Munich, apparently close to joining them. Riyad Mahrez, close to joining Al Ali over in Saudi Arabia, so we could be losing him. He's not travelled with Manchester City to this pre-season tour in Asia, and because of that, Manchester City may be looking for a replacement. There may be an opportunity for a young player to come in instead. We'll have to wait and see, as here's Yokohama into the Manchester City penalty area, surrounded out, and Kalvin Phillips can hack that one clear. Yokohama attacking Manchester City. I like it. I said they score goals, they like to attack. There's space left, right and centre. I appreciate the style of play though. And let's not forget, this is good preparation for Manchester City when we enter into the Club World Cup in Saudi Arabia in December. Man City will be going up against teams they don't normally go up against. They'll be playing teams that they've not faced before. They'll be playing players that they don't come across week in, week out, who are playing different styles from different continents and different countries. So it's good experience, this, for Manchester City. Really good experience. And Man City, being the competitor that they are, will want to go out there and will want to go and win the Club World Cup. Man City won the Champions League. They've shown that they're the best in Europe. They'll want to go out there and show that they are the best in the world as well. And they've got the opportunity to do that in December. Now here's debutant Mateo Kovacic. Gives the ball to Grealish. As the overlap of Kovacic, Grealish does use him into the penalty area. And Kovacic has got to twist and turn back onto his right foot. And because of that, has to go backwards to John Stones. I've just realised I've not done my score prediction. I'm going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City is my score prediction. As we do hit 50 likes now, over 50 likes, 49 to go. Leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Juan, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. John as well, thank you for tuning in. T2, thank you for tuning in. Neil as well, thank you very much for tuning in. T, thank you very much for your kind words there, much appreciated, and it is my complete pleasure to be able to provide top quality, entertaining content for you guys to enjoy. Dom, thanks for tuning in. City Plus, if you're in the UK, you will have to subscribe and pay a monthly fee or an annual fee, depending on that, as Yokohama into a good position here, worked to the left wing and covered really well there by Manchester City, by Kyle Walker, and poked out for a throw into Yokohama. They had 2 over on that left-hand side, that left wing for them, and a bit of Man City caught napping there as Yokohama attacking again, have the first shot, and it's just over the top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick to Manchester City in the first shot of this game, coming 4.5 minutes in. Not a bad effort, that, to be fair. Now closing in on being 40 likes away. Brilliant. Sensational effort so far. Much appreciated, everybody. And City again just caught napping. There's an extra man over here. Yokohama attacking, taking the game to Manchester City. Cross comes in. Free header. Headed across goal. And Ortega-Moreno drops it. And it's over the top of the crossbar. And eventually the offside flag goes up. And Manchester City living dangerously here. Really living dangerously. It's City just being very lackadaisical. Yokohama pressing really high up in that midfield, putting the likes of Kalvin Phillips, McAtee, Kovacic under pressure, pressing from the off. Manchester City need to ensure that they're being nice, calm, cool and collective on the football, making sure that they're making the passes that are there, because it's a sensational bit of pressing play that from Yokohama, and Man City once again just getting away with one. Not the most convincing of 6 minutes here from Manchester City, but it is our first few minutes. Let's not forget they are Yokohama going through their season right now, so they are going to be fresh, sharp, and ready to go. City then with a throw-in inside the Yokohama half. Here is Akanji for Manchester City. He's got the whole pitch ahead of him here. Akanji burst forward through the middle. He's got options to his left and options to his right. Moves it to Cole Palmer on the right wing. Good touch by him. Cuts inside. He's got no real options there, so he's going to have to twist, turn, and move it backwards. Neil, thanks very much for tuning in. Going for a 4-1 victory today for Manchester City. Good work this from Manchester City. We're just working the ball through the middle. Ball gets threaded through towards Julian Alvarez. Picked off, though, by Yokohama, and they can gather that ball up and should be able to get this one clear, although they're not putting their foot through it, and Cole Palmer does really well, wins that ball back and keeps the ball in right next to the Yokohama corner flag, so Man City get the ball back here in a really good area. Bobo, thanks for tuning in from Namibia. Much appreciated. Here is Nathan Ake then for Manchester City, Mr. Reliable. Works the ball back to Stefan Ortega-Moreno. Currently about 40 yards out from his goal line. And that's a good ball over the top. Flag stays down and Alvarez can't find the pass. And eventually the flag does go up. So Mateo Kovacic starting to act almost as the most attacking player in midfield for Manchester City right now, which is really interesting. And Man City win the ball back again inside the penalty area. Jack Grealish picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Kovacic works it back to Jack Grealish. Can he get something into the box? He works it well, and a shot comes in from City. Cole Palmer, he looked like he was going to put his foot through it, and he gets it all wrong. He gets that all wrong, Cole Palmer. I don't know what he did there. It looks like he's either scuffed the shot or he's shot it against his other foot. I'm not too sure. That's a good position there for Cole Palmer, and he doesn't get his feet right. Let's not forget, as I said, Riyad Mahrez set for a move to Saudi Arabia. There's a big opportunity here for Cole Palmer to assert himself as a potential option for Manchester City on that right wing. Tee open Man City will replicate Bayern Munich winning 27-0. Well, they're not playing a non-league German side. Yokohama are a little bit better than that. As shown with the high-pressing, high-quality play that they've played so far, that looks like it's going to be offside against Cole Palmer. Flag stays down, though. Here's Manchester City bursting forward. John Stones, he's tackled well. And good play that by Cole Palmer. And Man City can have the ball back. This is good play now inside the penalty area. They just can't find that final third pass and cut out by Yokohama. Good work that by James McAtee with winning the tackle back. Good atmosphere inside the stadium as well, which is what we like to see. As we're now 38 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that will be much appreciated, everybody. Yokohama just taking their time now, nearly through the first 10 minutes here in Japan, 0-0. Yokohama first 5 minutes pressed really well, played really well. Just started to get a little bit sloppy, and Man City growing into this game. And City been creating some opportunities, but not found the correct execution as of yet. And Man City attacking down this right wing. McAtee works it to the centre. Man City nearly miss out on the ball, but helped by Julian Alvarez, Man City can work this to Jack Grealish, who's going to have a shot, and it's blocked well by Yokohama. Only as far as Manuel Akanji, though. Here is Kalvin Phillips. He's got options to his right and options to his left. Uses his option to his right, which is Johnny Stones. Here's Kalvin Phillips once more, receiving the ball from James McAtee. Work to the right-hand side. Not as the greatest of balls to Jack Grealish, and cut off by Yokohama, and they can try and come forward. And a good interception there by a combination of Akanji and Nathan Ake means Man City can keep hold of that ball. Work back to Stefan Ortega-Moreno for Manchester City in goal today. And Ortega-Moreno just taking his time here, choosing to have ball retention for Manchester City. Playing a very high line here, Yokohama, leaving themselves exposed to the balls over the top. And that's a good ball from Ortega-Moreno to Jack Grealish, who's got that ball over the top, exposes that high line. On the left wing, works it to Nathan Ake, cuts inside to James McAtee. Mateo Kovacic, work to Nathan Ake on the left-hand side, and Ake just a little bit too much on that pass, can't keep it in for Manchester City, and that'll go out of play for a throw-in inside the final third of Yokohama for a throw-in to them. Throw-in goes towards the keeper, takes a touch, gets it clear. Not the best of balls forward, and Man City can come away with the ball, and again Yokohama just leaving themselves exposed with these direct balls forward. Too much on them, or not accurate enough, not to the feet, not taking a good touch, and Manchester City are all over that. Although Yokohama do well here, into a really good position. On the right wing, a ball gets squared across, and Nathan Ake is there to get that one clear for Manchester City. That was a sensational bit of play. I don't know who that winger was, but they were rapid, going toe-for-toe with Walker, and he was quicker. Is Walker losing his pace? Is that why Man City want to sell him? Was somebody quicker than Kyle Walker then? Sign them up. Jack Grealish then gives it to Mateo Kovacic. McAtee chooses not to take the touch and gives it to Cole Palmer instead, and the cross comes in from Palmer to the near post. Julian Alvarez was ready and waiting to receive that ball, but picked off by the Yokohama goalkeeper, and they can come away with the ball instead. As we're now 35 likes away from 100 likes. Daniel, thanks for tuning in. It's on City Plus in the UK if you're wanting to watch it. It does require a subscription. I think it's £5 a month. You're able to watch all three of Man City's preseason games on that if you are tuning in from the UK, so you can watch today's game against Yokohama, match midweek against Bayern Munich, which I'm not going to be doing a live watch-along of as I'm at work at that time, so I can't do that one, unfortunately. But I will be able to do Atletico Madrid's match next weekend as well, so looking forward to that. A direct ball comes forward from Yokohama, going to be cut off by Stefan Ortega-Moreno, and Manchester City can have the ball now through Kalvin Phillips. Here's Ortega-Moreno then, through the first 13 and a half minutes here. Is Cole Palmer on the right wing for Manchester City. cuts inside, can beat his man, takes a heavier touch, and defended well that by Yokohama, and they can come forward. And they've got good options. They've got 4 or 5 players always forward. Work to the right-hand side for Yokohama, inside the Manchester City half, and some defending for the Blues to do. Just worked backwards by Yokohama. There's some space in the centre. They burst forward. There's a player out on the wing, and he can't find the pass, and it's cut off well by a combination of Julian Alvarez, intercepted towards Nathan Ake, and Manchester City can come away with the football. Here come Manchester City coming forward then. Daniel, thanks for tuning in, and thank you for the continued loyal support. 3,000 subscribers. And now we're here, over 30,000 subscribers, and continuing to grow. So thank you so much for the support. Much appreciated. An OG, 3,000. The original first 3,000. I like that. Here's Jack Grealish on the left wing for Manchester City. City being a little bit slow with the movement of the ball. There's space everywhere on this pitch. And I feel like Man City... I mean, I know it's only pre-season. We're only 15 minutes into the season. But City always going with the safer options, I feel. Ethan, thanks for tuning in. Reckons Kalvin Phillips will grab a goal. And that's not the greatest of passes from City, and cut off the game by Yokohama. And they can now try and come forward, building from the back, playing the tiki-taka football even in Japan. Heavy touch though, and Jack Grealish can have the ball. He can't thread his pass through, and Yokohama can surround that one out and come away with the ball. Been impressed with Yokohama. Good side. Good side. That's a good pass. Cole Palmer can't make the interception. Again, look, 4 players forward here for Yokohama. There's always options. Worked well to the right wing. Chance to put a ball into the box. And Manchester City can't get it clear. Yokohama picked that ball back up again. And City now having to drop much deeper to do a bit of defending. Gabriel, thanks for tuning in. Commentator on the City Plus there making an interesting point, saying the players have only been in Japan for a few days. They're jet lagged. They're going to be tired. They've only been training for a couple of days. They're not quite up to speed yet with getting back to it, and that's why Manchester City have got off to a disjointed start. And that was the point I was making right at the beginning of this live stream. This isn't going to be a fluent performance from Man City. The point of this game is to make sure that Manchester City, by the time we have the Community Shield and by the time we have our opening Premier League match against Burnley, is that our players are match fit and match sharp. It's not going to happen playing your first 15 minutes of a pre-season match. The point of this is to play 3 or 4 games to get that sharpness there, and then you're able to put yourself in the best positions to be able to win the Community Shield or be able to win the opening Premier League game as well. And as I was saying, it's all about, for me, this pre-season, is these players that aren't getting the minutes normally, or players we don't normally see playing for Manchester City, their opportunity to showcase what they can do. The likes of Kalvin Phillips showing us what he can do, and he's not going to impress with that pass out and straight out of play for a throw-in. Cole Palmer, James McAtee, they're on show. They could be loaned out by Manchester City, but this is their opportunity to say, actually, I don't need loaning out. I am ready to be around the first team squad. I am ready for more minutes with Manchester City. Good pressing that from Julian Alvarez, goalkeeper. Very casual about things, slides in and could have gone anywhere. And ended up going out for a goal kick. Get away with one there, Yokohama. Here's Yokohama then. There's this big pitch, this. Playing at the Japanese National Stadium. I think this is where they held the Tokyo Olympic Games. It's a big stadium, sold out in record time as well. And the goalkeeper nearly has it intercepted by Alvarez again. Alvarez making a nuisance of himself. It's what we like to see. Again, he's another player that wants to make an account for himself. He wants to showcase that he should be getting more minutes and more starts at Manchester City. Here's Yokohama then, coming forward through midfield, still inside their own half. Worked well to the left wing, and they've got an option, an overlap there. It's used. Chance to put a ball into the box. They do. They go low and well defended by Akanji. Doesn't find touch with the ball, and Yokohama can have the ball once more, and attacking again on this left wing, have another opportunity to potentially, if they want to, put another ball into the box. They do. Cross comes in. It's not the worst cross, but evades everybody and out for a goal kick to Manchester City. 20 minutes in here. Yokohama F Marinos 0, Manchester City 0. We're now 32 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. That would be great. Here's Ortega-Moreno. Sends it long towards Grealish. Header won by Yokohama, and not the greatest of touches from Nathan Ake. And Yokohama are going to have a throw-in inside the Manchester City half here. As a good bit of defending that from Manchester City. Goes down. John Stones just bigger, more powerful. Bursting through here. Makes the pass as well. Good work as we're now 28 likes away from 100 likes. Good atmosphere inside that stadium. It's the second time I've said that. It's a good amount of noise being made. And here's Manchester City on the right wing. Just inside the Yokohama half. Going backwards. Here is Ortega-Moreno now. Gives it to Nathan Ake. Ake then gives it to Kovacic. Here is Phillips. Good morning, Mixid. Thanks for tuning in. City go down there. And a free kick given against Cole Palmer. Very good mix, Sid. Busy. City are looking like they've not played football for around 6 weeks is how City are looking right now. It's going to happen. The point of pre-season, of course, is to get these players back up to match sharpness, match fitness, get them where they want to be, ready in time for the Community Shield in a couple of weeks' time. And a couple of weeks isn't long. 2 weeks. 2 weeks today. Community Shield as Yokohama coming forward here. Cut off well by Nathan Ake. Ortega-Moreno gets his feet mixed up. Manages to get it cleared. Cole Palmer takes a really good touch there. Keeps it under control. Not the greatest of touches from Kovacic. And intercepted well after a through ball came in. Manchester City, this is what I mean. It's just some of these bits of distribution from Manchester City haven't quite been on it, and Yokohama clearly sharper than Manchester City because they're going through their season in Japan right now, are keeping themselves sharp. They're keeping themselves motivated. They're pressing well. Causes Man City some problems every now and then. And I think that's where City need to be careful. In terms of the creativity, not too bad. Mixed it is. Man City's season, to be fair, ended much later than everybody else's. Our season ended on June 10th. Man United season ended the week before, but every other Premier League team ended 2 weeks before Man City. As Palmer has a shot and a good save from the keeper. A good hit by Cole Palmer on his stronger left foot. Through the legs of the defender. Gets a good strong left hand onto it and out for a corner to Manchester City. City's best opening, actually. So City working this corner instead of putting a ball into the box. Onto the right wing. Work to Palmer. Chance for him to put a ball into the box. He's twisting, turning. Oh, it's good work from Cole Palmer to the byline and squares it across and defended well. I said it last season, I'm going to say it again. I'm not a real fan of working this ball in. You're not guaranteed to be able to work your way around a team and get an opportunity like Cole Palmer did. I would probably say maybe half your chances that you do end up being successful in trying to get something into the box, whereas with a corner, you've got the opportunity right there to just put a ball into the box. Players have come forward, the big defenders have come forward. Get a ball, get a good quality ball into the box. Mixed says, be interesting to see if City have a slow start to the season, have achieved their objectives, and they're going to be a bit hungover. Lacking a little bit of motivation, maybe. I don't think they will. Certainly not how Pep Guardiola works. Pep Guardiola certainly doesn't put up with slow performances and poor performances and unmotivated performances. You start kicking off or you start not pulling your weight, he'll have you out. He's got a track record of it. It's not how Pep Guardiola works. So I don't think that'll be too much of a problem for City. And I always say, winning stuff is brilliant. The hard work starts in retaining. We've seen that in the past. It's very difficult to retain a trophy. Marinos in. Shot. Saved. Rebound. Shot. 1-0. 1-0 Yokohama. Manchester City behind here in pre-season. It's Lopes with the goal for Yokohama, and Manchester City are behind here. Ooh, okay. City was stretched. Shot comes in. It's a good save from Yokohama. They're covering the gaps, and he does so well, Lopes there. It's a good effort on goal. It's a good save from Ortega-Moreno. He takes 2 extra touches through the legs of John Stones and into the back of the net. It's a good finish. Going back to that again, ladies and gentlemen. Sharpness. How sharp Yokohama have looked. Manchester City. Man City just a little bit slow. It's always going to happen. They're saying that VAR's in operation for this pre-season match. They're checking for offside. Goal given. VAR in a pre-season match. And work here for Manchester City to do them. As I said, today's all about sharpness, fitness, regular minutes for players and a chance for them to impress. I'm not all that bothered about a result. You can't really... Man City could lose the 3 games, but you win the Community Shield and you beat Burnley and nobody speaks about pre-season. In an ideal world, you want to win every game. You want to win your pre-season matches. Gets you up and running quicker. It's better preparation. Yes. Is it important? No. A good ball in that from Yokohama. Gets a head onto it. And City need to be careful. And this isn't good. James McAtee's gone down, unchallenged off the ball, getting some treatment. That's a massive shame if he ends up getting an injury. Finally getting his opportunity after a long, hard season with Sheffield United, doing so well with them. Gets his opportunity in pre-season with Man City and then picks up an injury. Would be a great shame. Stretches out. Bernardo Silva shaved his head. Bernardo Silva taking inspiration from Mateo Kovacic. Kovacic-style haircut from Bernardo. McAtee doesn't need the stretcher. He's back up on his feet. MCFC champions, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. And we're now 24 likes away from 100 likes. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. Looks like McAtee's going to continue. So here's Manchester City then. As McAtee comes back on for City. And good to continue, which is good. 31 minutes in. Yokohama leading by 1-0. And City just been a little bit sloppy in their distribution. Really have been a little bit sloppy, if I'm honest. I don't really know what to make of this start from Manchester City. Good work that from City to the right wing. Here's Cole Palmer. There's options, 4 options. Palmer into the penalty area. Works well. Shot! And a good save from the keeper. Kalvin Phillips it was with a shot. Alvarez was sneaking around, ready to just poke that in if the keeper didn't pick that up cleanly, but he did. And that's better from Manchester City. I feel like both teams have just started to settle onto this match now. Downside is City are behind. Some space here. McAtee. Worked well here. Jack Grealish. Not really seen too much of the ball. Grealish gives it to Nathan Ake. Squared across and a heavy touch from Alvarez, I think it was. City pick up the ball once more, though. That was good play again from City. We're now less than 20 likes away. 19 to go to 100 likes. Can we get there by half time? Any help towards that would be great. Here's Ortega-Moreno then for Manchester City. 10 minutes to go to half time. Here's Manchester City. This is good work. Again, there's an overlap. Palmer has the shot. Blocked well. Palmer backing himself. He's trying to impress. It was there to be hit. Walker created the distraction with the overlap. The space was there to be hit. Just couldn't get it past the defender, and a good block. Teddy, thanks for tuning in all the way from Hong Kong. Ball given away here by Yokohama, but they managed to gather that one back up again. And as I've been saying all through this first half, Yokohama aren't mugs. And that's a great ball in. Yokohama's in. 2-0. City want the offside flag. The offside flag doesn't go up, and Yokohama are 2-0 up. It's a great ball across. City open and exposed. Miles onside. 2-0. Huh. Not ideal prep this for Man City for their first half of this performance. Going back to what I've been saying, Yokohama just look sharper. They look good. Man City are just napping. Maybe just too focused on fitness and sharpness. And not focused enough on the game at hand and trying to win this game. And City 2-0 down. Plenty of time left in this game for us to get back into it. Ethan says, get the big boys on. Get De Bruyne, get Haaland on. They'll be on in the second half. Here's City coming forward. It'd be good if they can just attack. To me, they look too casual for my liking. Players out here, they've got the chance here to impress. So go out there, attack, create opportunities, score goals. Give Pep that selection headache. Right now, none of these players really are giving any headaches to Pep Guardiola. As I said, it's pre-season. You can't read that much into pre-season. That's a good ball, and City are in, and Alvarez tries to lob the keeper. Now the offside flag goes up. He did look offside. And Yokohama are in again here. Yokohama are in again here. He's not played that ball. And Man City have got players back now. Yokohama still got the ball, though, on the right wing. They don't put anything into the box. To be fair, there was no one really in the box there. Yokohama just happy to keep hold of the ball. And here's Man City now. That's better. Coming forward. Kovacic works it to Cole Palmer on the right wing. Be nice and direct, Cole. He's not had a bad half, Cole Palmer, to be fair. He's wanted to score. He's wanted to make things happen. It's just not really worked. Jack Grealish takes a beautiful touch. Cole Palmer now takes a touch on his left foot. An overlap. Walker squared across. Touch. Alvarez. Shot. Goal. Goal for Manchester City. Johnny Stones puts the ball into the back of the net. And Manchester City grabbed their first goal of the 2023-2024 season. And it's Johnny Stones putting the ball into the back of the net for Manchester City. And finally City link up well and make it work. And City now 2-1 down, but back into it. Good hit from John Stones into the back of the net. We've got both teams to score. I said it was going to be entertaining. Yokohama 6-4 against Celtic last week. An entertaining game here. Yokohama 2, Manchester City 1, just over 40 minutes in. And John Stones back into it. The fireworks are going off. The fireworks are going off. Literally. I'm not too sure why there's fireworks going off for a pre-season match that Man City are 2-1 down in that we just scored. But there we go. The journey to pro. Thanks for tuning in. Where am I tuning in from? Do you mean how am I watching this game, or do you mean where am I tuning in from? If you mean where, my house. If you wanted to know what I'm watching on City Plus. The fireworks are proper going off. Who's lighting the fireworks off? What's going on? They're passionate in Japan. Passionate. Here's Manchester City. Cole Palmer works it to Grealish on the left wing. Takes a touch. A good touch. Here's Kovacic now. Squared across and blocked well and out for a corner to Manchester City. That block could have gone anywhere. As we're now 16 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And don't forget as well to subscribe if you are new around here. Here's Jack Grealish. And McAtee now puts a ball in. Ake! Off the crossbar. It's a good header from Nathan Ake. It's a good ball in from James McAtee. A free header. I can see why Ake is disappointed. Gets a nice powerful head onto it. I'm not too sure why the keeper's diving on the ground there when it's clearly going up. Off the top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick to Yokohama. And City nearly found themselves an equaliser. Match has burst into action. Burst into action and given away! Surely! Surely! 2-2. Keeper has been threatening to do that one. He's been threatening to do it for 3 times now. 3 times in this match he's given the ball away. Keeper feels like he's been fouled by, I think it was Kalvin Phillips pressing. Yeah, takes a touch from Phillips. I mean, what's the keeper doing there? What is the keeper moaning about that? It's terrible from the goalkeeper. Manchester City, it's only taken 3 minutes. 2-0 down. It's now 2-2. This is an entertaining game. Good work that from Kalvin Phillips. That'll make him feel better. A good tucked away finish from Julian Alvarez as well. Manchester City 2-2. Might we get ahead before half time? Good work from Manchester City. Good work. Here's Yokohama now. Man City just showing why they're European champions as Yokohama play a ball across and out for a goal kick. Yeah, City showing why they're European champions, why they won the treble. That never say die attitude. Always having the belief, no matter what. You up that intensity, you find them goals that's needed, and you get yourself back into a good position, which, to give Man City credit, have managed to do that and done that very well in this game. And it can't be easy when you've not had any preparation going into this game. It's your first game of the season. You've only been back in training less than a week. You only travelled out on Wednesday. You've been in Japan for, 4 days? Can't be easy. Is City now trying to come forward. Not the best of passes. And again, Yokohama just cut it off. And again, there's 4 options. And again, a good ball played out to the left wing. City looking a little bit stretched. Ball comes in. Yokohama take a good touch. And that's a good tackle there by goal scorer Johnny Stones. And Man City just get that into space. Not the best of clearances. That should probably have been put into the stands. And Yokohama just gather that one up and nearly get a ball into the box. And that's going to be a free kick to Yokohama. In a good area, this. A good position, this, for them just to put a ball into the box here. Last play, potentially, of this half. How long's going to get added on is the question. Yokohama players just remain down here. City now got all their players off the bench warming up. They're probably going to spend half time warming up, stretching, getting themselves ready for the second half. There's going to be a lot of changes. Potentially 11 changes. But some defending here for Man City to do first and foremost. Chance here for Yokohama to put a ball into the box. Can they go in at half time ahead after blowing a 2-0 lead? Ortega-Moreno trying to organise his defenders. So a chance here to put a ball into the box. It's going to come in. And headed clear by Man City. Ortega-Moreno needs to shout there. There was no one there. He could easily have just shouted and collected that ball. City put a head onto it and it goes out for, in my opinion, a needless corner here. And more defending for City to do. They've not told us how long's been added on here, but play continues. Corner taken short here by Yokohama. Why are they not putting a ball into the box? Get the players forward, and now they've worked out, and now they're about 50 yards away from goal and just working it backwards. Why not just put a ball into the box? Sorry, I'm really not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this, working these short corners and trying to work your way into an opportunity from a corner. You get your players forward. If you're good enough to put a ball into the box from a corner, you're always going to create opportunities, in my opinion. So Yokohama put a ball forward. Offside flag went up, and Manchester City are going to go in at half-time as the whistle does go. 2-2. We were 2-0 down. Manchester City, through a combination of John Stones and Julian Alvarez, 2 goals in 3 minutes, and Manchester City now level here, ready for the second half. The big guns, Haaland, Bernardo, De Bruyne et al., they are all going to be there, and this is going to be a very interesting second half, I am sure. It'll be interesting to see how many changes City make. It's going to be interesting to see who comes on. But there are a good 45 minutes of sharpness and fitness there for the players that have started. And as I said, it was a big, important half for the likes of Kalvin Phillips. His press forced the goal for Julian Alvarez on the equaliser. Cole Palmer's looked good. He's looked nice and sharp. He's made opportunities happen. Just been unlucky in not being able to get his shots away or find or test the goalkeeper or be able to get any shots on target. Also, James McAtee's made himself known, pressed really well. He's looked good as well. Good to see Mateo Kovacic making his debut for Manchester City too. So, all in all, it's not been a bad first half. Not the best of first half. That's never going to happen in pre-season on your first game, in my complete honest opinion, as Man City do have the big guns now all training ready to come on for the second half, including Erling Haaland. He will be coming on in that second half. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe if you are new around here. If you didn't know, I'm doing daily Manchester City transfer updates for you guys to enjoy. So if you want to stay up to date from now right through to the end of the transfer window, every single day staying up to date with all the latest Manchester City transfer news, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this live stream. We're just 14 likes away from 100 likes, my aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Let's start the 2023-24 season off right, and let's make this the first 100 liked live stream of the season. It'd be the best start, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't really think there's too much else to add on there for the first half. I can't start digesting and analysing how City are performing when the players have only been back in training for less than a week after, 5-6 weeks off. Can't really digest the performance of the players. For a lot of these players, they've never played alongside each other, so you can't. It's difficult to analyse, and it is going to take 3 or 4 games for these players to get the fitness in their legs, to get the sharpness back, to get that link-up play ready and good to go. And that's the whole point of pre-season, to make sure the players are good to go for the start of the competitive season, for the Community Shield, for the first match against Burnley, for the first home match taking on Newcastle. We want to win the European Super Cup. Well, you got to do the nitty-gritty hard work, and that includes playing a match in Japan against Yokohama F Marinos, being 2-0 down to gather that one back, and it'll be interesting now to see what City choose to do in the second half. So, I do have some halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy, including one from my partner channel, Mixed, of course, making his return to the JSGC channel and providing today's halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy with the White Wine Spritzer. Enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Mix here, back again for another summer cocktail. So this is my summer cocktail 2023 number 2. So today's cocktail is the White Wine Spritzer. So if you've ever watched The Simpsons, season 10 episode 10, Viva Los Flanders, is when Homer and Ned Flanders go to Las Vegas as Ned feels he hasn't lived up to his potential, as he feels he's not lived his life. So Homer shows him a good time in Las Vegas, where Ned Flanders has a white wine spritzer, and the next scene is absolutely hilarious, as it's something like from The Hangover, where they stay in a hotel room and they get married to 2 waitresses. It's a really good episode.
Give me a white wine spritzer. 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 Spritzer.
But that's what we're making today, white wine spritzer. It's real simple to make, and I will show you how. So get your wine glass and fill it with ice. For my white wine, I'm using a Chilean one, so I'm using the Pinot Grigio. So it's a beautiful wine, it's a nice one from Chile. The Casero del Diablo. So what we're going to do is fill it up with 3 ounces, which is 90. So we're going to fill it up with 3 ounces, which is 90 ml. And what should happen now is you just fill up to about 2/3 of a glass. And next, I'm using, so for mine, I'm using sparkling water. You can use club soda if you wish, but I'm using Pellegrino. And all we're doing with this is just topping it up. So there you go, it's got to say, so 45 ml or 1.5 ounces of sparkling water or club soda. And the final thing to do now is garnish it with a lime slice. And there it is, as simple as that. Really, really simple but effective. It's a crisp, refreshing drink, and it certainly gets the party started. It's a nice, crisp one on a summer's hot day. You can see why Ned Flanders went for it in Las Vegas. I wish I had. So that, guys, is how you make a white wine spritzer. So my recommendation is to chill the wine and chill the sparkling waters to get the best effects of this. It's a chilled drink. And there we go, it's simple as that. That is how you make the white wine spritzer, my summer cocktail at number 2. So the most important thing is, how does it taste? It's quite a bittery taste. One thing I will say, I can taste the wine, that's a quality wine, so I can taste the floral notes coming out of it. But the sparkling water is certainly something else. It's quite nice. I'd probably rate it 6.5 out of 10. It's not my favourite one I'd go to. But in terms of refreshness and crisp, I think it's a quality one to have, especially with someone like on a nice, as we're having beautiful weather here in the UK, so I would recommend it for that. As it's real simple to make, really quick to make. Just basically white wine with sparkling water, club soda. I think club soda would be my go-to. That'd be my thing. I will say it's a sparkling water to make it that a little bit of a bitter aftertaste with the wine. But I can certainly drink it. That was certainly relax in the garden like I am right now. So I thought, why not? Enjoy the sunshine we've got in the UK, we're not used to it. If I drank enough, I'd certainly end up in the state of Ned Flanders in Las Vegas, as that is certainly a fun drink to make. It's certainly nice and quick, I'd recommend it for that. But just for the appeal of me, as I was thinking when I was watching The Simpsons the other week, that's what gave me this idea, this white wine spritz. I've never had it, this is the first time I've ever had it, so it's a peculiar taste, but I wonder whether club soda will work better. That's my personal opinion. So that, guys, is the white wine spritzer. What is your favourite spritzer? Do let me know in the comments below. But if you are new around here, don't forget to like, subscribe to Mixer as we're so close now to our goal of 2K. So we're just 41 short now, so we're very nearly there. So stay tuned for more summer cocktails. Any recommendations, do let me know in the comments below. But have an awesome day, and I will see you for my next summer cocktail. Cheers.
Thank you very much there to Mixid for providing today's halftime entertainment. You thought I'll be finished there with the halftime entertainment, but JSGC is not finished with the halftime entertainment. Got some more halftime entertainment for you guys to look forward to. This time provided for by me on JSGC Vlogs. If you didn't know, over on my vlog channel, which the link's in the description if you want to go and check it out. As you'll have been aware, I didn't do a Champions League live watch-along on June 10th as I was away in Iceland, and I created videos every single day whilst I was out there with lots of interesting content. So I thought I'd tease you guys with one of the videos that I've done already. Got, I think, 5 videos out there on my vlog channel, and still got another, I think, 10 to come over the coming weeks for you guys to look forward to. So if you don't know about Iceland, right tucked away in the northwest corner, you've got somewhere called the West Fjords, and to me it's one of the most beautiful visual places in the world. And I did a vlog there visiting a couple of the different little towns that they've got out there, along with some of the views along the way. It's just a stunning country to go and visit. So I did a very quick, very short vlog over on my vlog channel. So if you want to go and check it out, go and like and subscribe over there. That'd be much appreciated. This is JSGC heading out to the West Fjords of Iceland, and the second part of my halftime entertainment. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab some snacks, and we'll be back for the second half very soon. What's going on, guys? JSGC Vlogs here, and we're here for another Iceland video. We're on to video number 4 now of our trip into Iceland. We started with a trip into Reykjavik, before we followed that with a trip to the Sky Lagoon in video number 2. We did video number 3 with our travels with our whale watching and seeing some orcas, which was a brilliant experience. And video number 4 today, we're going to go and explore the Western Fjords. So we went and visited the Puffin Cliff at the end of last video, so we're following that on today with a trip up to Islafjordur before heading across the Western Fjords and heading to a place called Holmlavik, which is, fingers crossed, everything will go well and all the driving and everything will be good. So that's today's video. Got our full camping gear in place. We're having some bacon baguettes to start our morning, which to me excellent way to start the day. But if you are new around here, we've got plenty more Iceland videos coming up from our trip, so don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. We stayed at the Breidavik camp, where you just head into reception, head to where the bar is, pay there, and we stayed here for what was 4,400 krona. But very nice. It has showers, that's hot, bathrooms, cooking facilities, kitchenette, everything that we need. Breidavik, thumbs up from me. Very near Ludrabjorg, or however you say it, near where the Puffin Cliff is. Fully recommend it. Right, let's go and explore further the West Fjords. One thing just to be mindful of when you're in the Western Fjords, you do get a lot of sheep and they do wander on this road, so just drive carefully. Jadi waterfall. Lovely. The waterproofs are on. We're going to go and have a look at the waterfall. Jadi waterfall. Waterfall's just here. I'll tell you what, not too bad of a view looking the other way. Everyone's looking at the waterfall, not looking at this. And we've got some low cloud as well. What a lovely waterfall. We're now on our way to Islafjordur. I like these little thin waterfalls that you just get dotted around. Interesting fact, Iceland has over 10,000 waterfalls. Don't stop. Tunnel time. Let there be light out the tunnel. A rather nice Western Fjord view. We've made it to Islafjordur, so we just have a little ponder around. We've found a Netto, first one that we've come across, which is another supermarket. We've been to Bonus, so we're going to go and see what they've got in Netto. Very nice scenery around here. Little cruise ship over there as well. Really good food shop. I don't know if this is a controversial opinion or not, but I think I prefer Bonus ahead of Netto. But we are just walking around, exploring Islafjordur and see what's around. Cute little town. Little cafes, a pub, hairdressers. It's also a very windy, very cold town, and we're here in June when it's weather's not meant to be too bad. So I can only imagine what it's like in winter here. Yeah. Very small, very petite little place here. We've bought a hot dog. People have been recommending if you go to the petrol stations, the fuels. They've got some very nice food. We tried some fish and chips yesterday, which people have been recommending the hot dog, so we're going to try them. Apparently a speciality here in Iceland and something that you do need to try. So we're going to try this for the first time. Just put some ketchup on top of it and got it with some normal onion and fried onion. So we'll see how this tastes. Yeah, that's good. I actually think that tastes nicer than that world famous hot dog stand we went to in Reykjavik the other day. Decent hot dog.
2 hours later.
We've made it to Holmavik, which is our final destination stop here in the West Fjords and our final destination for today's video. So let me just have a quick pan to show you what everything looks like. Looking out across the sea just over here. See a boat just there. Is where they do some whale watching. We're not going to be doing this tour with Lackey Tours, as we've just done one in Olasvik. Some interesting architecture with a church just on the top of the hill. And just pan around here, a nice little town. Which just here you can see, I think, is the Witchcraft Museum. Which is one of the things that I did want to do, but I'm here with my wife who didn't want to do it. She didn't want to get a curse. So we're not doing it, unfortunately. But if anyone has done it, what's it like? Let me know in the comments below. So West Fjords, lovely views. To me, if you've got a spare day or two on your itinerary coming to Iceland, go and check it out. I think it's worth it. It's a bit of a battle when it comes to the drive, as everything's so far away. You're bouncing up and down from fjord to fjord. But as I said, scenic is the word I think I'm looking for when describing the drive. So that concludes today's video. So thank you so much for watching. Much appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll be back again for another video next week, which will be continuing our journey in Iceland, so stay tuned for that. So I've been JSGC Vlogs. Thanks everyone for watching. Peace. Ciao for now. Oh, I do miss Iceland. I really do miss Iceland. Stunning country. Lovely country. Anyway, we are back for the second half here between Manchester City and Yokohama F Marinos. Man City have made plenty of changes out there as well. So we'll see how Man City fare here in the second half, as City working this really well to the right wing. Right, just trying to get my sound to connect. And then we'll be good to go. Why is it not connecting to my AirPods? Who knows? Anyway, I'll just have to do it without commentary. I can survive without commentary. So here is... who's come on? The goalkeeper. Alright, it's worked out to the right-hand side. I think that's Oscar Bob that's started here on the right-hand side for the second half. As Erling Haaland takes a heavy touch and Yokohama can come away with the ball. Rodri can't intercept. And Yokohama can just work this ball towards the right-hand side. And it's too heavy and going to be cut out by Manchester City and out for a throw-in. So I'm just trying to work out who's playing. So Rico Lewis is playing. Laporte. Here's Foden. Gomez is playing. Here's Rodri, works it to the right-hand side. Cancelo's playing. Trying to give it to Bernardo. Cut out really well that by Rodri. So some minutes here for Joao Cancelo. Interesting. Here's Cancelo now. Cancelo gives it to Oscar Bob. Worked well that. Bernardo squares across, headed flick towards Haaland. Didn't quite work that for Manchester City, and Yokohama managed to get this one clear only momentarily. Here's Sergio Gomez. Gives it to Rico Lewis. As Ruben Dias is playing and captaining Manchester City today. So all the second half. Here's Sergio Gomez. Had a really good under-21s campaign with Spain. Foden now. Sergio Gomez goes early, cut out, and out for a corner to Manchester City. Good work that from Sergio Gomez, obviously full of confidence, had a really good campaign with Spain at the Under-21 European Championships. He's looked pretty sharp here so far. So it looks like Sergio Gomez is more going as a left winger, really, for Manchester City. Cross comes in. Headed clear. Gomez then pings it across to Oscar Bob. Good touch that from Oscar Bob. He crosses it in. It's a good ball in for Oscar Bob, and Manchester City just couldn't follow that one in. I think it's Ruben Dias at the back post. Great ball from Oscar Bob. Ruben Dias should score. In my opinion. I think he should score anyway. And here's Haaland, who does score for Manchester City. It doesn't take Erling Haaland very long. Less than 5 minutes of him being on the pitch, and Manchester City are 3-2 up, and it's Erling brought Haaland with the goal, and Man City complete their 2 goals down, come back, and are now 3-2 up. Erling Haaland tucked away into the corner of the net, and it's Erling Haaland with the goal. Manchester City ahead for the first time in this game. And Erling Haaland back, less than 5 minutes, back in amongst the goals. Yokohama F Marinos 2, Manchester City 3. Good tucked away finish that. Good tucked away finish. Man City ahead. No sooner should we have been... As Haaland's just won that one back again for Man City. Yeah, no sooner had Ruben Dias should have scored for Manchester City that Erling Haaland putting the ball into the back of the net. Julia, back in business. We love it. Back in business indeed. So don't forget, everybody, if you are enjoying the content, we're just 7 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And City in again here. Foden! Great save. Should have been 4. Hey, Sam Lamb, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Goal scorers today coming from Johnny Stones, Julian Alvarez and Erling Haaland. Well, nearly played in a game for Manchester City. Here's Oscar Bob. There's an overlap not used. Bob goes down. What's a penalty? Referee says no. And Rodri can just poke that away. Kevin De Bruyne has not come on yet for Manchester City. Is he not injured? I think he's on the bench for Man City. I think he'll get some minutes, but I don't think he's all that fit for City. As Rodri has a shot, dragged. Not quite his Champions League final goal. Dragged this one and wide. Yokohama put a ball into the box, cleared by Manchester City. Now just 5 likes away from 100 likes. And Joao Cancelo should just head that one back to the keeper. And does. So Rico Lewis, is he... How's the centre-back situation working? You've got Diaz. You've got Laporte. Is it meant to be Cancelo? Is it meant to be Rico Lewis? I don't really know. I think Rico Lewis is doing the John Stones role, and I think it's meant to be Cancelo as the other operating centre-back. Interesting that sources have been saying that Joao Cancelo's not got a future at Man City, yet here he is pre-season getting minutes for Man City. So I'm not sure I'm buying that, to be honest. But there we go. And City pressing much better, as we're now just 4 likes away from 100 likes. And here's Man City just trying to exploit that Yokohama high line. Not managed it there, and Yokohama can come away with the ball. As we're now 3 likes away from 100 likes. And Man City now looking firm control of this game. As we're now just 1 like away from 100 likes. Oh, that's great play. Great combination play. Haaland does really well. Here's Sergio Gomez. Ball back in towards Haaland as we do hit 100 likes. So big thumbs up from me. Thank you so much to everybody that has left a thumbs up. It becomes our first 100 like live stream of the season. And also gets us off to a good start to the season with 100 likes as well. So fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone, for the continued support. Much appreciated. So City got themselves a 3 kick here. And City put themselves into a position, I mean, it looks a bit far out to be going for goal, but might have to do something smart here. Look for a clever pass somewhere, maybe. You see, this is where I'd encourage Man City to do something smart, work the set piece rather than put a ball in. It's very central to cross this ball, in my opinion. Anubab, thanks for tuning in. I will have my daily transfer update out later on this afternoon with updates. But not too much happening with Guardiola right now. City struggling with that fee. And in terms of wingers, a little bit quiet. I think this is what Man City are utilising pre-season for, to have a look. Are they happy to go with an Oscar Bob and Cole Palmer and all? Either play or leave remains to be seen. Here is Sergio Gomez. He's impressed me this first 10 minutes or so of this first second half. Sorry. Here is Joao Cancelo for City now. Here's Sergio Gomez. Worked across to Oscar Bob. Bernardo works the ball across. Cut off well by Yokohama, and they can come away with the ball. And Yokohama, that'll be an advantage to them. City just trying to make a tactical foul there. Not worked. And down their right wing now. Float a crossfield pass in, and it's to nobody in particular, and that'll go out for a goal kick. No harm done there against Manchester City. City with the combinations again. Worked well. City can burst forward here. That's really good work from Manchester City. And it's not the right pass. Foden, I think it was, with the pass. Looking for Oscar Bob. He had the overlap of Sergio Gomez. Could have gone down the left-hand side rather than looking for the right-hand side, in my opinion. So throw in here for Yokohama. Inside their own half, right next to Pep Guardiola, stood on his edge of his dugout, and that'll be a free kick. No, not given to Yokohama. Man City can come away with the ball. Tell you what, I like these referees. They play advantage a little bit more and don't give as many soft free kicks as what you get in the Premier League. And here's Yokohama just coming forward now. That's a great cut-off from Rico Lewis. City want the free kick and get the free kick from the referee as well. As Yokohama have a shot, goes wide of the goal. And that'll be a goal kick to Manchester City. Here's Man City then with the ball. Played in towards Haaland, and he drops deep really well there for City. And now the space opens up, and Haaland can really stretch his legs, and the pass never comes into him. Goes to Sergio Gomez on the left. Cuts inside. Worked well. Space opens up. Bob! Great save from the keeper. Good effort that from Oscar Bob with his left foot. A good save from the goalkeeper and out for a corner. Man City firmly on top here now. I think he was offside there, Oscar Bob, so it wouldn't have counted if it did go in. Not sure if the flag went up. Good decision from the linesman if he did give this as a free kick rather than a corner. That was a free kick. So good decision that from the linesman. Here's Cancelo. Didn't think I'd be saying Cancelo's name again for Man City, but here we are. Here's Oscar Bob. Cancelo, not the best of passes, but does well. Does really well. Cancelo might fancy this. He does! And it's just wide from Joao Cancelo. I think he wants a corner. And gets a corner for Manchester City there. Good work that from Joao Cancelo. It just opened up nicely for him. Has a shot. Then the keeper gets a fingertip onto it and out for a corner to Manchester City. Pep Guardiola has a discussion as we're still waiting for Man City to get an assistant manager. Man City have been very slow in this market, pretty quick in tying down Mateo Kovacic, but when it comes to everybody else, have been a bit lackadaisical, haven't they? So corner here for Manchester City. Just whipped in, it's what we like to see. Keeper gets a fist onto it. And out for a throw into Manchester City. Here's Oscar Bob. Back to Cancelo. There's been complete domination from Manchester City second half. Towards Rico Lewis. And all of a sudden, Yokohama can come forward. Mixon said City keeping Cancelo. Well, the rumours are saying that Cancelo's got no future at Man City. He's not welcome at the club and Man City want him to leave. Here he is, second half, playing for Manchester City. That doesn't suggest to me a player that's unwelcome when you're including him in the pre-season tour and giving him minutes. Seems very much to me like Man City are struggling to sell Cancelo, don't know what to do with him, and so because of that, are keeping their options open and trying to keep him as sharp as possible in case they need him. And if Kyle Walker leaves, we've got no right back. And if you don't plan on replacing Kyle Walker, Man City may just, if they can't find a suitor for Cancelo, keep him. But if he's a disruption to the squad, he's had a falling out with Pep Guardiola or anything like that, I just don't understand why you'd think mid-season, for last season, to get rid of him, to then be happy to allow him to come back. I don't really know what's happened. It's very odd. Very strange. Here's Sergio Gomez. Whipped in. Oscar Bob can take control of that ball. Weren't the best of balls in that from Sergio Gomez, but Man City nonetheless keeping hold of this football. Here's Oscar Bob. Gives it to Cancelo. Do you know what? I've been pretty impressed with Cancelo so far. And here's Cancelo now putting a ball into the box. It's deep and out for a corner to Manchester City. I've always said Cancelo has the quality, can play on the right, can play on the left. If Man City want fullbacks, then to me, Cancelo is a really good option. It's just when he weren't getting the minutes for Manchester City, he was getting frustrated. He was saying things. I think it was upsetting the coaching staff and the players. And all of a sudden, you let Cancelo leave. Man City sort themselves out. And all of a sudden, you win a treble without Cancelo there. And then he returns to Manchester City. So, I don't know. Maybe Man City are open if Cancelo comes back and, you know, knuckles down, puts in a couple of impressive performances, including today. If you could grab a goal or grab an assist, all of a sudden you give a little bit of a headache. And Cancelo must surely be rubbing his hands, and he's thinking to himself, if he does see himself as having a future at Man City and he's settled and happy here, then Cancelo might just have a good look at this and think, you know what, Kyle Walker's leaving. It's a great chance for me. I want to be playing as that right-sided centre-back. Don't sign anyone, Pep. I can play there. Here's Oscar Bob. And good tackle out for a corner to Manchester City. Oscar Bob's looked good. I was impressed with Cole Palmer. First half. I'm impressed with Oscar Bob here, second half. A couple of high-quality young players there for Manchester City. Here is Oscar Bob now. He's going to be offside. Yep. Offside. Flag goes up. 68 minutes in here. And it's Yokohama 2, Manchester City 3. Whitney, thanks for tuning in. That is an outrageous call. From treble winners to 5th. That is an outrageous call. There aren't 4 teams, better than City in the Premier League. Not happening. I can argue that there's no one better than Man City, even if Man City don't add anyone else to the squad. All the other teams are playing catch-up. Liverpool's got a new midfield, playing catch-up. Chelsea have had to sell loads of players and not really added anything of quality to their team. Not going to finish ahead of City. Arsenal bottled the Premier League last season. Are they as strong as City? Not for me. Man United, again, not really added too much to the squad to cause any concern. I'd be amazed if Manchester City don't finish in a Champions League spot next season. Amazed. it's actually probably more likely that Man City win a quadruple next season than Man City finish 5th. No way under Pep Guardiola, even with an aging squad that we had with the likes of Bakary, Sanya, etc., that Man City still managed to accumulate a top 4 finish. And this squad, an Erling Haaland in there, a Kevin De Bruyne, I mean, 5th, get out of it, 5th. Not happening. Not happening at all. 5th place finish. That's entertaining. That's something Rory Jennings would be proud of saying. A City then, continuing to come forward. Oscar Bob wanted to make the run, but the ball never came. Here's Haaland. Really, I like it. I reckon my top 4, no particular order. I think City will make it. I think I could see Liverpool getting back into the Champions League next season, not having any European distractions. So I think I'll go with Liverpool. I say no European distractions. I don't see them taking. They're not in the Champions League. I don't see them taking Europe serious. So I don't see that causing them any problem. So I can see Liverpool getting back into the Champions League, and I'd probably stick safe here and say City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and United in no particular order is probably my prediction for next season for the top 4 finishes. Interesting to see how Newcastle do, selling a few players, bringing players in. Are they good enough for the Champions League? Are they good enough to be finishing in another top 4 finish? I mean, Eddie Howe did a cracking job as space opens up really well for Manchester City. And who else but the Champions League goal scorer, Rodri, just rolling that into the back of the net for Manchester City. Similar distance to what he scored, actually, against Inter Milan in the Champions League final. Manchester City cruising here to a victory, and I think Man City will probably... why would you take the foot off the gas? The players are all fresh coming on for City, so I'd probably just try and keep this up and see if they can go and grab another goal or two there. It's not even in the corner, that from Rodri. Just a tidy finish beyond the keeper there. Rodri doing Rodri things, and Manchester City now 4-2 up and well on their way to picking up their first win of pre-season and some good preparation heading into our match midweek against Bayern Munich, which, as I said before, I'm not going to be doing a live watch-along of that as JSGC, unfortunately, is at work, but I will be back next weekend for another live watch-along for you guys to enjoy, where we'll be able to sit down and enjoy Manchester City's final pre-season match of the season, where we will be taking on Atletico Madrid in South Korea. As Yokohama choosing here as they're midway through a competitive season, making 7 substitutions, just rotating their team. So we're now to 106 likes. We're just 4 likes away from 110. So any help towards that would be great. That's a good ball from Yokohama. They're not done just yet. Into the penalty area up against Rico Lewis. Twisting, turning, and some good defending that from Manchester City. And that'll go out for a corner to Yokohama F Marinos. Good defending that from Rico Lewis. Corner here. Some more defending for Manchester City to do. So corner comes in, whipped in, headed clear by Manchester City. Nice and simple, straightforward header. That out, and Yokohama just picked the ball back up just on the inside of Manchester City's half. Man City just holding their shape. And with 26 minutes... 16. My math's terrible today. 16 minutes remaining here for Manchester City. And 16 minutes here for some more senior first team experienced players to get some more minutes and get some more fitness into their legs, and also a good opportunity for a couple of the young lads out there to excuse me, to try and make a name for themselves, like some Rico Lewis out there, Oscar Bob's out there. A good opportunity for them as Man City choosing to make another substitution. Maximo Perrone is going to be coming on for Manchester City then. So Bernardo Silva it is that's going to come off. I'm not sure why Bernardo's coming off. He doesn't look like he's injured. I'm not sure. Pep Guardiola just gives him a little kick. Having a little laugh with Bernardo Silva. I don't know whether Bernardo Silva's just asked to come off or I don't know. I think Man City's just seen it as Bernardo's one of the most important players, that maybe it doesn't take him as long as other players to get back in the swing of things, or maybe Man City are just going to give Bernardo a few more minutes over the coming couple of games. That Maximo Perrone now has a chance to have a few minutes in his legs and get given his opportunity, so we'll add him to the young players here that's got a chance to try and impress. And some squad rotated players with a chance to try and make a claim for themselves as well. Free kick given then to Manchester City. So it's just Ederson and De Bruyne that's not come on for Manchester City. I'm not too sure we're going to see Kevin De Bruyne. I don't think Man City want to risk anything. And with Ederson, I presume that Ederson will just... That's poorly given away from City here. A bit of work to do for City. Not the greatest of passes. That's good work from City. Good work from City. And that'll be a free kick there to Manchester City. I presume Carson's on, yeah. My screen's only small, my eyesight's terrible, so from a zoomed out angle, I can't really tell. And commentators not mentioned the City's keeper once because Yokohama's not tested City in this second half. So Carson, if he is starting, he's not had to do anything. It was Ortega-Moreno in the first half, but for the second half, who knows? Considering the commentators just said that the only two players that haven't got on is De Bruyne and Ederson. I presume that Carson is on because he was on the bench. Is Sergio Gomez then for Manchester City? Cross comes in from City, headed clear by Yokohama. Not the best of balls in that. I always feel like crossing is something Man City can improve their game on, in my complete honest opinion, as Yokohama can build this from the back. See if they can create an opportunity. 4-2 down. No real way back in here for Yokohama. I think Man City are in complete control of this game. And it's a good way to start pre-season, in my opinion. So, goals today for Manchester City. Starting off with Johnny Stones, followed by Julian Alvarez. Erling Haaland grabs the third. And Champions League goal scorer for the final, Rodri, rounding off the scoring for City so far with just over 10 minutes remaining here. And maybe, there we go, there's a touch from the keeper. That still doesn't zoom in, so I don't know. I presume it's Carson. Here's Oscar Bob coming forward for City. He seems to have gone into a more central area now. Here's Foden. Wants the run of Haaland. Uses the run of Haaland. He wants to give it to Sergio Gomez. It's a slightly heavier ball. Gomez is still managing to hook that ball into the box. It's the back of the Yokohama defender. And the referee's going to stop play. One of the Yokohama attackers is down. So play should resume again after that coming together. And Yokohama will have the ball here. So we will have a daily Manchester City transfer update out once this game comes to its conclusion. And later on today, we'll have another transfer video where yesterday we had a look at some potential Riyad Mahrez replacements. Today we're going to be having a look at some potential Kyle Walker replacements, as today could have been Kyle Walker's last ever game for Manchester City. If an agreement is to be found, there's going to be meetings taking place this week between Manchester City and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, of course, are also in Japan. Our pre-season match against them is going to be taking place in Japan, with Kyle Walker more than likely still a City player, with no agreement being found as of yet. I'd be very surprised if anything is done and dusted before that game, that Kyle Walker for that match will be a Man City player. Will he feature is another question. I mean, if Bayern Munich do find an agreement before that game on Wednesday, which could happen, if they do find an agreement, then potentially Bayern Munich might ask Man City not to play Kyle Walker, so they don't want him to get an injury. I'm not too sure when their meetings are taking place, but it's seemingly looking like Kyle Walker won't be a Man City player for too much longer. And if his last game isn't today, his last game maybe against Bayern Munich before he leaves to go to Bayern Munich, or it may come against Atletico next weekend. Remains to be seen, and I would imagine by the time we get to the Community Shield, Man City will want the futures of Walker, Mahrez, Laporte, Cancelo all sorted by then. So any of the players that are registered and in the squad ready for the Community Shield and in for the Premier League season are more than likely going to be players that are going to be staying at Manchester City, and any of them players that do leave, then Man City will need a replacement for. And with Mahrez not coming on this pre-season tour, tells me all I need to know that he'll be leaving Manchester City. So the bigger question here, I think, for City is what do Man City choose to do with the likes of Oscar Bob and Cole Palmer. And if either of them players end up leaving Manchester City, so Cole Palmer, for example, getting linked with Brighton and Hove Albion on a permanent transfer, also getting linked with a loan move. If they leave, all of a sudden Man City might be a little bit short when it comes to wide players that Man City may choose to either dip in the market, or what I think may happen is Man City will just sit down and say to Bernardo Silva, you're now our right winger, you are going nowhere this summer. And potentially Man City may want to keep hold of both Oscar Bob and Cole Palmer. To me, though, if you let our small squad's already small, so if you let a player leave and you're not replacing them, I think could be quite serious. And if you let Walker leave and not replace him again, could have quite a big impact if you're not going to replace these players on our squad. If you're stretching already a small squad even thinner, the season's very long. It could be grueling. City will be doing 60+ matches. To me, you need them options. So what does City choose to do with the young players who could be promoted to the first team squad? What does City do with the senior first team players who want to leave? And do you replace them? Are City going to spend the money? At the moment, City are too busy having a look at Josko Gvardiol in a position, in my opinion, that we're stacked in. We don't really need Gvardiol. We can cope without him. We've coped without him, and we would cope this whole season if we didn't sign Gvardiol. To me, there's priority areas. Walker leaving. We need to be signing someone who can cover centre-back and full-back. Mahrez is leaving. You need a winger. Laporte leaves. Then I'd say, yeah, we might need Gvardiol. Who knows? City will see it as Cancelo's come back, so If a player leaves, we've already got a replacement there, so I'm not too sure we will replace Kyle Walker. But if Cancelo and Kyle Walker leave, we need a fullback who can play centre back. And that's what I'm expecting to happen to Yokohama here. Growing in confidence, 85 minutes in, ball comes across and out of play for a corner kick. Corner comes in and headed clear by Manchester City. Nice to see the two teams now are choosing to put balls into the box rather than working it. Here's Yokohama back in. Oh, he's rounded the keeper and into the back of the net, 4-3. And it's Ortega-Moreno that's in goal, not Scott Carson. So he's doing the full 90 minutes, Ortega-Moreno. They said before on the commentary box that Ederson and Kevin De Bruyne are the only two players. I think he's onside, 4-3. There you go. This has been a odd game. It was odd last week against Celtic. 6-4. Yokohama beat Celtic. It was Rico Lewis taking the extra touch away from Ortega-Moreno and put into the back of the net. So I presume Eddie's going to be doing a full 90 minutes against Bayern Munich. Or they might do 45 minutes each and then Eddie will do full 90 minutes against Atletico. So yeah, there we go. 4-3. And Yokohama back into it. 2 minutes remaining. What can they do? There's Manchester City now coming forward. Played early. Not as good as Yokohama's ball for their second goal, where it managed to pick out the attacker. Couldn't find Erling Haaland there, Sergio Gomez, and picked up by Yokohama, and they can come away with the football. And that's gone out of play for a throw into Manchester City. I think City will just want to keep control of this ball and see if they can tap this ball around, see if they can create maybe one more opportunity whilst ensuring that we come away with a win here. Although that isn't a very good pass, and all of a sudden Yokohama, extra spring in the step, want to come forward. They've clearly got a point to prove. As we're now just one like away from 110 likes, any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Cross comes in from Yokohama, blocked well by Joao Cancelo, and Man City can pick that loose ball up. Am I ready for a pub quiz? Do you mean a pub quiz? Andy, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Depends what the pub quiz is on. Do I win anything? These are all interesting questions. JSGC wants to do his daily transfer update. What's going on? City Extra's not messaged me about anything, so there we go. Anyway, 2 minutes to go here. In the 88th minute, City want a cheap free kick. As I said, the officials, they've not really bought into these free kicks. And do you know what? It's good to see. In the Premier League, Champions League, that's a free kick. Laporte goes down. It's weak. Linesman and referee says, no. It's good officiating. I like it. Here's Yokohama into the penalty area and some defending for City to do. They're coming together between two of the players. They want a penalty, Yokohama. The referee and the linesman say no penalty. And play can continue. The journey to pro, yes. I'm hoping to do my transfer update once this game has come to its conclusion in roughly around 2 or 3 minutes' time. City just coming forward, and that's not the greatest of passes by Cancelo, and it's not read properly by Philip, Walter, Foden, and Yokohama here can come forward. And threaded through, and here's Yokohama in for an equaliser. It's a cracking challenge, and the offside flag now goes up. Laporte with an importantly timed challenge. He doesn't know it's offside. City have been wide open. He was miles offside. Good decision that from the linesman. Of course, with VAR in operation, they've got to keep the flag down. It's a good recovery run from Aymeric Laporte. Good defending. Making a good point there. The commentator saying Laporte's just gone down injured. Through him making that challenge for a clear offside, has potentially picked up an injury, a needless injury. A pub quiz in Manchester for charity. Tell them to message me. Ugh. I would tell them to. Right, we're into the 90th minute. Is there adding anything on? I mean, if they're going to add anything on, it's gonna be what, 2 or 3 minutes. Here's City coming forward. And Oscar Bob's pass is too much on it towards Sergio Gomez, and Yokohama can pick that ball up their keeper and can come away with the ball. 61,000 just over inside the Japanese National Stadium today. And they can come forward here. Ball gets played forward, headed clear by Manchester City. Here's Rodri now. Oh, that's good work from Rodri. Oscar Bob. Man City just looking to cruise this one out. Here's Laporte now to Rico Lewis. City just coming forward here. Works out to the right-hand side. And that should be the end, really, here for Manchester City. It's Cancelo. It's a beautiful ball across, and there is Manchester City's 5th. Erling Haaland with a brace. Manchester City with the win here. Opening up their pre-season account. 5 goals, 3 conceded. A win is a win. And we've got something to work with now, playing against Bayern Munich in midweek. Looking forward to that game. I'm sure it'll be a highly entertaining game as well. And I think Yokohama here has shown a lot of teams that you want to play Manchester City, you don't always have to be worried about losing 5, 6, 7-0. If you're prepared to attack with numbers, play with confidence, and put the game to Manchester City, then you can end up with entertaining games. Bournemouth did it against City last season. Brentford showed no fear. You can have success if you choose to go down that direction with against Manchester City, and Yokohama have done that as well and could probably consider themselves a little bit unlucky, but Man City having too much quality in the end for Yokohama in what has been a very entertaining pre-season match. So I do want to take this opportunity right now to say thank you to Yokohama F Marinos for welcoming Manchester City in Japan and playing us in this fantastic stadium at the Japanese National Stadium, and wishing them the very best of luck for the remainder of their campaign in the Japanese League. And Manchester City going to get things wrapped up, done and dusted here. Obviously got some lessons to be learned, tighten up a little bit defensively. Distribution needs to be a little bit better, but nice and clinical in front of goal is what we like to see. And some good, impressive performances from some of the players, including getting Erling Haaland back in amongst the goals as quickly as possible is one of the main things that City, I'm sure, will have wanted to have done. Cancelo getting himself an assist and maybe just saying to Man City, I do want to be here and I do have a future here. Interesting to consider. Sergio Gomez then worked into the box. Can City grab a 6? And it's headed out of play for a corner kick to Manchester City in what I think may well be the final action of this game. And it's been a really entertaining game here fully enjoyed it, and looking forward to next weekend's game against Atletico Madrid, which will be my next live watch-along. As I said, not doing the Bayern Munich game as I'm at work. I'm not able to do that one for you guys, but I will be back again next weekend, so don't worry about that for City taking on Atletico Madrid. Corner comes in, flicked on towards the back post. Foden works it to Cancelo. He might want a shot. He does have a shot and puts it high over the top of the crossbar. And there is the full-time whistle. And that concludes the game for today. Manchester City coming out winners by 5-3 against Yokohama F Marinos. Wishing them the very best of luck for the season as the journey to Pro says done and dusted, and we'll move on to the next game in preparation for pre-season, taking on Bayern Munich as we continue our campaign towards trying to get to full sharpness, full fitness ahead of the Community Shield 2 weeks today, where we take on Arsenal to try and win the Community Shield, and Man City playing in Premier League action in 19 days. Good preparation there for Manchester City. Plenty of minutes there for lots of players as well. And all round, a win is a win. 5 goals as well. Need to tighten up a little bit at the back, conceding 3 goals. But Yokohama F Marinos, good team. I'm impressed. Best of luck to them. Thank you, everybody, for watching them. Much appreciated. I do hope that everybody is safe and well. Remember, I am going to have my daily transfer update out within hopefully the next hour or so. We'll have another video out today discussing some potential replacements for Kyle Walker for you to look forward to. Got all other content as well on my channel. If you want to go check out yesterday's transfer update, I spoke about Riyad Mahrez as well, and looking at 5 alternatives to Riyad Mahrez when he does leave Manchester City. Not if, when he leaves Manchester City, for you to go and look forward to. So I'll see you all again real soon. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I do hope that everybody is safe and well. As I said, keep an eye out for them videos, and I will see you all again real soon. So I have been JSGC.